to our review for The Edge of 17. Connor, what is this movie about?
The Edge of 17 is a film about Nadine, who's played by Haley Steinfeld, and she doesn't really like life because she doesn't really have any friends anymore after her best friend starts dating her brother, and she doesn't love her mom, she doesn't love her brother, and her father is dead. So her life is kind of a hellhole. What do you think about this movie?
Well, The Edge of 17 I was very excited for, and I can say that it definitely lived up to my expectations. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed The Edge of 17.
Yes.
It's one of the best coming-of-age films to come out in a very, very long time. I mean, Juno and Boyhood, those are the last two coming-of-age movies that came out this century that I can point out and say, those are great. But besides that, there honestly haven't been too many good coming-of-age movies.
Yeah.
They all try to be PG-13, and they just try to appeal to usually middle schoolers who are about to go into high school.
Yeah. I would like to say this is the best coming-of-age film of the 2010s. For Boyhood, I think that film is okay. It's not amazing. I mean, you can say I can appreciate it for being amazingly well made in the way that it was filmed over a really long time. But other than that, I don't really like the acting. It's from the kids. I mean, it's kind of a little angsty and annoying, but yeah. And Sing Street earlier this year, after seeing it, I lowered my grade to like an 8 or 7 because I rewatched it and it does not nearly have the same effect. So I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It's one of my favorite films of the year.
Yeah,
It's in my top 10.
I disagree with you on Boyhood. I actually do really enjoy that movie, and while I do agree with some of your points, I do enjoy that movie was shot over 12 years, and also just the realism in it, just the human emotion in it. It's not as powerful as, say, Moonlight, but it's still a good movie. But yeah, The Edge of 17, I really, really thoroughly enjoyed because of the dialogue. This is what, honestly, I'm calling it right now. This will be nominated for Best Screenplay at the Academy Awards. You think I'm crazy? Well, Juno also was. Because this screenplay is fantastic. The dialogue in it is hilarious and realistic at the same time. It's incredibly funny. Also, a lot of lines that Woody Harrelson says. Sure,
Yes.
his character may not be too believable, but he is an awesome guy in the movie, and really, he represents a big emotional point in the movie for Nadine, whatever her name is, Nadine, and he was a fantastic fantastic part of this movie. And again, going back to the dialogue, just everything that characters say either advance the plot or add human emotion. Not a single line is wasted, just like Arrival. This is honestly, I was surprised on how good the screenplay was and how it represented a lot of themes without having to put it in your face, like the theme that, finding your place, because that's what everyone always wants to do in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
That's what everyone wants to do. It's about finding your place, sticking in that place, and having your friends. And when your one place is one person and that person goes away from you, you don't know where your place is. And they fantastically put that to screen. And a lot of people that maybe don't pick up on that will think the ending is anticlimactic, but really it's not. It's a fantastic way to end the movie.
I loved the ending. I loved the way the actors all had amazing chemistry with each other.
Yes.
I don't think there was a single actor that I can say was bad in this necessarily.
I gotta disagree there. I thought that the brother wasn't very good.
Really? I like the brother.
He had some good scenes, but the majority of his scenes, he just didn't seem like he was carrying that much. There's one scene in the hallway that he did fantastically. I'm like, whoa, did they just get a new actor and replace him? Because, oh my god, that was some good acting. But besides that, I thought he was just sort of melancholy throughout, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think this film will be incredibly relatable to kind of anyone. I mean, I'm not even in high school yet, and I found this to be incredibly relatable.
Yeah, and also it's a nice representation of high school. I'm not in high school yet. I'm going next year.
Yeah,
but
me too.
yeah, from what I've seen, this is a very close representation of what it is, which is nice because we finally get an R rating. I mentioned earlier, too many coming-of-age movies these days are appealing to middle schoolers and being PG-13 and
or
close
just
to R.
PG.
Or just PG, yeah.
Yeah, like middle school, the worst years of my life. You
Oh,
want to talk
God.
about that?
Link to review in the description if you want to hear that angry rant.
Okay, so yeah, this film, there's no problem with it saying something overtly sexual out of nowhere, and something like that. I mean, that is what that's what high school is like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, Oh, darn. Oh, that's
Oh,
a funny
shucks.
joke.
Haha,
I-
funny joke, really super insecure joke about goldfish. Ha, that's funny.
Yeah, it is. But, yeah, this film was incredibly funny also.
Yes, it was.
But it's not just a comedy, it's a dramedy, and dramedy is mostly used to say, hey, this is a comedy with, 5 minutes of drama, or this is a drama with one joke.
Yeah.
But this is a dramedy. It equally balances the drama and the comedy, and that was really well done.
And I thought that may lead to some tone issues, but honestly, one of my big issues with this movie is with the tone, but I don't think it was with that part. I do think that they did balance the comedy and the drama very well.
Yes. And I thought it was incredibly heartfelt, and you felt bad for these characters. And, yeah, I thought it was incredibly well done. Do you have anything bad to say about it?
Well, I do have a couple more good things to say. It's definitely very, very entertaining. I mean, it's the runtime breezes by just because you're so interested in what these characters are doing and what they have to say. And it's great combining teenage drama with real drama because everybody knows, two high schoolers will get in a fight over something stupid, be separated for a couple weeks, and then be friends again, and that's teenage drama. Real drama is what happens in this movie, and at the same time, it also feels like teenage drama. It was a perfect balance of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, my problems with this film were, they're not too big, but what kind of annoyed me was there were a lot of score tonal changes.
Yes.
Like, in the first film, it's like, the first part of the film was like, and something like that. It's like right next to each other. It's like with nothing. Yeah. It was really weird. But, and also what was really annoying was the really obvious product placement. Like, every single person had a Windows phone, and like, someone will be drinking a Coke and like, it's super obvious it's Coca-Cola. I mean, yeah. That kind of annoyed me, but yeah, other than that, I don't have any problems unless I agree with one of yours.
Yeah, again, I did say that the brother actor was an issue to me, and the tone to me too. A lot of scenes had a lot of heavy, comedy and a lot of heavy drama, but then there would be a scene in between that had no tone at all. It would just be a scene. I didn't have really any. Well, it had interesting things happening in it, but it didn't necessarily have a tone. It just felt like people communicating and talking, and really nothing was happening. And I'm fine with scenes with people communicating and talking. 12 Angry Men, one of my favorite films of all time, and that's practically one scene of people talking. But just occasionally that doesn't work out too well. So, besides that, I have practically no other issues with The Edge of 17, and this is one of my favorites of the year. I agree with you, it's in the top 10, and I may lower this a bit later, but as of right now, I'm going with an 8 out of 10. I really, really enjoyed this movie.
Yes, I would give this a 9.5 out of 10. I would definitely recommend. This is good for all ages if you're allowed to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily all ages. I mean, maybe 12 and above. But yes, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. So I'm Connor Gilbert.
And I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.
Bye.